Case 1. Judge shocks mom who refused to care for her kids.
Mr. Sanchez, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. I'm want to sue her for child support because, my kids are always with me, and she's always at work. She's always working for the hospital. Yeah, we said back then that we could do this together as one. I went so much as far as swapping complete schedules. I started doing overnight shift now, just so I can be there for my kids and everything. And she was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered for more hours, and even when she's not at work.
A father stands before the court, weary yet determined. He claims the mother works endlessly, leaving their children behind. His sacrifice runs deep. But is his devotion enough to change everything?
And even when she's not at work, she's just never home. I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at. And, I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at. They're always for days at a time. She's never home. And we broke it off several weeks ago. And only with my income alone, I can't really just do it with just me and my kids, especially that one has autism. I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot. And for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her.
Days pass, and their mother vanishes without a word. One child struggles with autism, while the father carries the weight alone. But her silence hides more than neglect. What's she escaping?
I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot. And for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her, even as so much as trying to help out with the kids or anything like that. So I can't get it. I'm surprised she's even here at court today.
Okay, when you say kids, how many?
I have 2.
2, all right.
You mean we, not you?
No, I have 2.
Ma'am, I'm addressing him. So he answered appropriately, and you'll have your opportunity to speak, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so you said you changed your job to now you work overnight?
Yes.
What is it that you do?
I drive an 18-wheeler. I drive locally. I deliver hospital supplies.
Okay.
He drives overnight, hauling hospital supplies, changing his life just to be present. The judge listens closely. Sacrifice echoes in every word. But soon, truth and confrontation will collide.
What is it that you do?
I drive an 18-wheeler. I drive locally. I deliver hospital supplies.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's how you all met.
Beforehand, but we had the same interest in the medical field.
Okay. All right. And how long has it been since you all stopped living together?
It's been, I want to say, a month and a week already.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She just, for as long as I can remember, about 2 years now, she's just never been wanting to come home really. And honestly, I've caught her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at.
The father reveals a secret he's carried too long. Painkillers, missing nights, and suspicion cloud their home. Could the woman meant to heal others be the one tearing her family apart?
Having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know?
I just hate that it's really around the kids. The kids find it before I do most of the time.
Oh my.
Yes.
Ma'am?
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
Obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
are you saying your kids are liars?
I mean, they could be. I mean, I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
He claims drugs lie where toys should be. The mother denies it, stumbling on her words. The judge's eyes narrow. The truth is closing in, and it's not looking good.
I mean, they could be. I mean, I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
I am around. I just have to work all the time. I mean, it's not my fault that, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that you're not contributing anything.
I mean, I am though. Like I feed them or sometimes, and
You feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
She defends herself, claiming saving lives keeps her away. But feeding kids isn't parenting. The courtroom grows tense as her excuses crumble. The judge isn't buying what she's selling today.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
I mean, the tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Like, why is that a problem?
Because
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's
I mean,
okay?
they have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like, I need to go to sleep at some point in time.
Interesting.
me personally, myself, I sit there with my kids and I open a book with them and I help them with their homework. I feed them. I'm not much of a good cook, but I do what I can to put food on the table and spend time with them.
She says the tablet raises her kids. He says love does. As her defense falls apart, the judge sees who's truly parenting. A father's care stands taller than her neglect.
I'm not much of a good cook, but I do what I can to put food on the table and spend time with them. It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. I mean, that's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids. I went to
Changed
overnight.
his shift to
As he
spend more
should,
time
he's
with
a
the
dad.
kids. As
but-
you should, you're a mom. The audacity.
I mean, but I have a more important job.
I mean, how many times are you going to say that? I mean, you have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift, why can't you?
He switched shifts for his children. The judge applauds his sacrifice. But when the mother mocks him, the courtroom erupts. Her excuses end here. Her responsibilities start now.
But you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift, why can't you?
Because it's inconvenient to me.
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You are going to financially support these children, and I'm going to make sure of it today. And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself.
She says it's his job because she gave birth. The judge freezes, stunned. This moment changes everything. Accountability is coming, and the law won't let her walk away again.
And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself so you can spend some time with the kids. I mean, obviously, I can't court order you or force you to spend time with them, but you should want to spend time with the kids. And I mean, considering that one of them has autism, you should want to spend more time with your kids.
I mean, I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him, because he's better suited for that.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not about to do this game with you.
The judge reminds her love can't be forced, but responsibility can. One child has autism, yet she calls it too much work. The courtroom falls silent. The father's pain speaks loudest.
No, I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children? I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time.
She's given nothing, not a cent, yet dares to ask for support. The judge's patience fades. The father stays calm. Truth is winning, but justice isn't done just yet.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right.
The judge lays it bare. The children live with their father, not her. Her income, her duty, her time, it's all on the line. Reality hits hard. Accountability begins today.
How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right. Health insurance.
That's about I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan. So I just pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is it private health insurance? Is the children under Medicaid? What are we doing?
It's Medicaid.
Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
Health insurance questions rise. Medicaid or private? She dodges, stumbles, hesitates. The judge reminds her being a nurse doesn't excuse neglect. The walls are closing in and excuses are running out.
You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family? That was a question.
Because it's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend
You know what?
money.
Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is, because you're a mom, period.
I mean, but I didn't sign up for it.
Countless times I've told her, yes, it is my job to take care of our children.
And you're
as a
doing
dad.
that.
And I'm doing well beyond.
She says family insurance isn't her job. The judge's voice cuts sharp. You're a mom, period. The courtroom feels it. Every excuse dies when truth steps forward. Judgment is near.
And I'm doing well beyond.
She's not disputing that you're doing that.
Yes. And I feel
But
like
you're not doing your part.
I feel like I'm always not doing enough for my kids.
I mean, but
and
you
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me to
my
have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
You don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want him because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this. And, like, how is it my fault? He wanted them. I didn't want them. So.
But you kept them.
no, we've talked about having kids and we've wanted kids.
I know, but
once
like
she
when
got
we were
pregnant,
older,
once she got
not right
pregnant and
now.
she knew she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted anymore, then it was just, oh, this baby's really an inconvenience.
Tears surface as she confesses she never wanted the kids, wanted to party, not parent. The room freezes. A father's heartbreak turns to fire. The judge won't let this slide.
It was just, oh, this baby's really an inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
This
that I
child
like to
support
party.
payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support. Whether you wanted them or not is beside the point. You had them, they are here, they are your responsibility just as much as they are his responsibility. So $60,000 a year. I have your gross set at $5,000. Your net is $4,101.87.
The judge strikes hard. She paid child support whether she wanted them or not. Reality bites deep. This moment seals her fate hand, finally brings justice for their children.
Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
we work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes too. We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450.
Medicaid reimbursements surface. She rolls her eyes, careless as ever. The judge mirrors her disdain. Lessons aren't learned yet, but her ignorance is about to cost her even more.
You reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025 plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month in a week that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request.
Her payment is set $1,475. The father finally breathes. Justice feels real. but she still owes back pay. And this courtroom isn't done correcting her mistakes.
That you left and haven't given the children anything, I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475. That's to be paid at $25 a month. So your monthly child support obligation, including the back pay, is $1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
She complains about losing party money. The crowd gasps. The judge doesn't flinch. Parenthood isn't a party, it's a promise. Her words just sealed the verdict of her own downfall.
I do.
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
The judge ends it firmly. The father stands vindicated. Justice served, truth spoken. This case ends, but more stories await. Follow Court Clash for the next battle. Like, comment, and subscribe. Case 2. Mom refuses to believe dad's disability and gets humbled.
Okay, Miss Kirby. Yes. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, this gentleman, Douglas Kirby, he stopped paying child support about a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Danny, he's 8 now. I want to know what is going on, and I want to know when he's going to stop paying child support, please.
Okay. So how long has it been since he paid child support?
He paid for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since I haven't received anything.
Okay. 2 years, no pay.
A mother storms into court demanding answers. 2 years without child support, and patience is gone. She wants justice, but what she's about to hear will flip the courtroom upside down.
He paid for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since I haven't received anything.
Okay. 2 years, no pay. And you said the child is 8?
Yes.
8 years. Okay. All right. Mr. Kirby, is there a reason why you have not paid child support in 2 years?
Correct, Your Honor. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 3 years ago, and
Okay.
over the period of 8 months, it actually got really bad, and so I have not been able to really. I'm unemployed at the moment. I have not been able to work. I do, however, I receive disability and Social Security, and I've got the paperwork.
He stands weak but proud. Multiple sclerosis stole his strength, his job, his freedom. The judge listens closely. Is he telling the truth or hiding behind his illness?
I received disability and Social Security, and I've got the paperwork here if you need to see that.
Well, I have a copy of it up here with you, what was turned in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I see award letters. He does receive Social Security and disability.
Well, first of all, I think he's lying. Second of all, he can work with minimal duties.
Well, what
and
do you
still
think
pay
he's
child-
lying about? You think he's lying about the disability? You think he's lying about the award letters that I'm looking at? Because they look like official documents from the state.
Okay, ma'am, it's like this. This guy is not good.
She calls him a liar. The judge reads official documents, but her anger burns louder than facts. Is this truth versus disease, or bitterness disguising itself as righteousness?
It's like this. This guy is not good. Once we got married 9 years ago, I took care of him. Doesn't have a job. I made him to go back to college. I made him to get a degree. He's got a good job in IT. Okay, as soon as he got the job, okay, I don't want to be married anymore. Really? All right, you have a good job. Pay child support. Then, okay, he was paying $1,000 a month. Now I'm $1,000 a month short for 2 years.
Okay, I understand that, but you understand that
She claims she built him up only for him to abandon her. But now he's sick, and her pain turns to revenge. The courtroom feels betrayal in every breath.
Okay, I understand that, but you understand that he has a legitimate excuse for not paying anything, right? I understand it may be frustrating, but you do understand that, right?
He cannot work in IT. He cannot just push the buttons.
Well, if he
like
has something from a doctor saying that he cannot work. Until he gets something that actually releases him to work or he stops receiving benefits from the state.
The judge intervenes. His disability is real, his struggle visible. But frustration clouds judgment. She demands proof, yet the truth already sits in front of her. Compassion battles resentment today.
We really can't order him to pay any child support.
I think what he wants to do, he just wants to stay home, sleep until noon, whatever, then go out there, play guitar or whatever it is that he was doing before we got married. He just doesn't want any responsibilities. And I think he needs a reevaluation on his medical exam.
Okay.
She mocks his pain, saying he just sleeps and plays guitar. Her bitterness fills the air. But justice doesn't bend for spite. The judge senses truth beyond her words.
Okay. Well, you definitely can pay for that if you want to do a reevaluation or anything like that, but he can't give you what he does not have. So I can't modify his child support or anything like that to make him pay you any more money. I just can't do that. Not when he has a legitimate reason not to be doing it.
Can you order him to pay health insurance? Because I'm paying $300 right now for the health insurance for the child.
The judge reminds her, you can't take what doesn't exist. He's sick, unemployed, and surviving. Still, she demands more. But soon, the truth about his limits will silence everything.
Is that for the child only, or is that
Yes,
for
ma'am,
you?
for the child only.
Okay, like I said, until he, gets some sort of clearance, some sort of W-2 paycheck stub that says he's making around the amount that he was making, I mean, you really can't do anything at this point.
Okay, fine. Even if though he receives less money now, but he still can pay child support out of that amount, right?
Her voice cracks. She's tired of paying insurance. But law demands fairness, not pity. The judge weighs every word, waiting for one sign of honesty between their accusations.
Well, he can pay, it's taken out of the lesser amount, but not from his Social Security benefit. It's not going to be taken out of that.
So there's nothing I can do about it?
Not at this point, unfortunately. Do you know when, well, you probably don't know, has the doctor said anything about you being released back to work full-time or anything like that?
She argues again. He earns less now, but still offers what little he can. The judge knows poverty and pride often collide, but which side holds the truth this time?
Released back to work full-time or anything like that?
Nothing at the moment. It's not something I'm against. I was making good money doing IT, and she's right. She did push me to, go back to college and get my degree, and it worked out for quite a bit. I even set some money aside for college for Danny, but it's just at the moment I can't. And like I said, over 8 months, it just kept getting worse. There's small signs of it getting slightly better, but...
He speaks softly. Pain shows in his eyes as he recalls the past, his career, and dreams for Danny. The courtroom finally feels the weight of his sacrifice.
Small signs of it getting slightly better, but, it's really bad right now. I can't stare at screens. The numbers get blurred within it. At the moment, I do apologize, but it's not something I can do. I would love to. You know, I love our son as much as you do, but I mean, right now, if we're being honest, you make decent. You know, you make a decent amount annually.
He apologizes, admitting his limits. Screens blur, strength fades, yet love remains. He praises her income, humbles himself before justice. The tension shifts. The truth finally feels human again.
You know, you make a decent amount annually.
I believe he's sincere. I believe he's being very sincere about what he's saying.
When I can contribute, if I'm cleared, I'm more than willing to do it, Your Honor.
Yeah. It's always something. It's always some kind of excuses, Your Honor.
Well, the good thing is that if and when that time comes and he's able to make even more money, right?
He vows to return stronger, to support his son once cleared. The judge nods, reminding both that time can change everything. Hope rises, but so does responsibility shadow.
You understand that your child support can go up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Correct.
So in the event that happens, you can get an increase, but just nothing for today. Okay? Do you have any other questions?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
The judge closes firmly. Payments may rise when he recovers. For now, mercy rules. Justice balances pain with patience. Their story ends here, but the courtroom's lessons echo beyond today. Case 3. Judge laughs after dad says daycare is to Jeremy.
Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband, or I'm sorry, ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement with our children where he keeps them at night and I keep them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Okay. How old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay.
Miss Moore steps into court, frustration clear in her voice. Her ex-husband refuses daycare for their 2 young kids, but with her new job, she can't stay home anymore. The courtroom watches as practicality clashes with parental control.
How old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay. And you already picked out the daycare you want them to go to and everything like
Yes.
that? How much is it?
It is $500 a month
$500 for both children?
for one child, so it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for 2 kids. What's your opposition to that?
Well, I don't think they should be in daycare. I think she should stay with them like we originally planned. I didn't get a chance to check out the daycare. I just would rather them stay with her mom or one of our family members.
Okay.
The tension rises when daycare costs surface $1,000 a month. He refuses, wanting family to watch the children. But she's firm. Her kids deserve professional care, not constant arguments about babysitters.
Okay. Did you let him know which daycare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was invited to go meet the teachers and do the tour, but he opted not to go.
So you did have an opportunity to go.
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs, they're next level.
Okay.
She invited him to tour the daycare, but he refused. His excuse, germs. The judge's eyebrows lift. Germs. In a courtroom, the irony draws quiet laughs, but Miss Moore isn't amused.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
They do.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity to try to do any kind of research.
Okay.
But the fact that there are germs at the daycare, I mean, that's not a good enough reason why you don't want them in there.
I would rather them be with family, people we know.
Okay, I mean, that's a valid point.
He admits he hasn't researched the daycare, only fears invisible threats. His reasoning, germs and family comfort. The judge listens but doesn't buy it. Love isn't proven by isolation.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
I'm a doctor. I'm around germs all day. This
Okay.
is one reason that we did not work out.
It's a big problem.
My ex-husband is a germaphobe, and he feels like if the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day while he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic.
Then Ms. Moore drops a truth bomb. Her ex is a jerk. He'd rather seal our kids in bubbles than let them play, she says. The courtroom shifts. Her frustration now feels justified.
Hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
Okay, look, with all due respect, I don't even want to be in this courtroom, Your Honor.
I can understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
So, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm here for the kids, and I would prefer if they weren't in a daycare, if they were at one of our family members, where we can give them special instructions on cleaning and what the children need to stay healthy.
She adds that he wouldn't even show up to the daycare tour. His reply, he didn't want to be in court either. The judge fires back. But you're here for the kids, right? Silence follows.
Well, I definitely understand. And, I agree. In a lot of cases, it is good for the children to be around a family member and everything like that. However, age 2 years old, and what was the other age?
18 months.
18 months. I mean, it's nothing wrong with them going to school already. You do want them to start learning a lot of things. You just do. There are some things that you guys are not going to be able to teach them at home. Not that you can't, it's just you may not have the time to do it.
The judge acknowledges his point. Family care can be valuable. But at 2 years and 18 months, children need social learning too. This isn't about germs anymore. It's about what helps the kids grow.
So I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do think it's a good idea for you to go and speak to the teachers, look around the daycare, see about the cleanliness of it and everything like that. And you guys should just work together and co-parent. So the agreement is just going to stand what it is. You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, and you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But
the judge suggests compromise, visit the daycare. Check cleanliness, talk to teachers. Co-parent, she says firmly. Neither side wins today, but the message is clear. The kids come first.
And you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But what I will do to make sure that daycare does get paid is that you guys split it. So $1,000, you pay $500, you pay $500, and it's going to go through the Attorney General of Texas. And that's just the best way to do it, because that at least ensures that the children's daycare is paid for month to month.
Oh, okay, but now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to.
Then the ruling drops. Daycare costs split in half, $500 each, managed through the Attorney General. Fair, the judge says, ensuring payments without endless fighting. Ms. Moore sighs in relief.
Now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it, and I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more expensive than that.
He objects. I don't want to pay for a daycare I didn't choose. His frustration is real, but the judge reminds him, fairness isn't comfort. It's responsibility, shared and unavoidable.
It could be more expensive than that. And I think that's fair. Or, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see. Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base child support that you pay her off of $62,000 a year? Because I can assure you it will be more than $500.
Then no.
Okay. Well, in that case, is there anything further between Either
No,
of you?
Your Honor. Thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay, where you all are dismissed.
Finally, when the judge threatens to base child support on his $62,000 income, he quickly backs down. The gavel falls, case dismissed. Justice, balance, and a reality check for both parents.